Hello world, Stephen Michael Zach here, and today we're taking a look at something a little bit different here on the channel. Today we're taking a look at this. This is the Go Lock cage from none other than Mr. DSLR video shooter himself, Caleb Pike. I saw this on his YouTube channel and I thought it was very, very interesting, and of course I always love it when I can support another creator here on the platform, but I did buy this with my own money, so these are going to be my own brutal and honest opinions as always. So let's take a look at what comes inside the box. My own brutal and honest opinions as always. This is new to me. Inside the box, you're going to get the cage itself. You're going to get your little knurl cap, and you're going to get your screw connector, and that is it. Now, this thing is made of very nice ABS plastic. It is very, very rigid, and it was cleaned up quite nicely. So what you want to do to assemble this is I actually like to take this upside down, and I like to kind of squeeze it in that way. And you're going to need to move your fingers on the inside. Now, I will tell you that when I first got this, the plastic was very, very rigid, so I did have to do this a couple of times, putting it in and out, in and out. Now it's starting to finally loosen up, but you will need to get your fingers in there. And once you're aligned, just slide it right in. Next, take your cap, make sure the rounded part is on the outside and the flat part is on the inside, and slide in the connector there. And let's put this over to the side. And let's take a look at the cap with the channel. So you do want to take your microphone here, and this is just an old mic I have lying around the studio that's dead. And you want to very carefully squeeze this in through the channel and up like so. Take the Rode, connect it, bring the cap down, and twist it, and that's it. Do not over twist this. One thing I noticed when I did over crank this, it actually started expanding, and I ran the risk of actually splitting the cap open. So there you go. And that's it. The Rode is not going to come unplugged, so you can give this to a talent with no worries. I wouldn't fling this around by the cord because you could wreck the cord somewhere else within here. But there you go. There you have it. Very, very nice. And of course, you do still have access to your USB, your power button, your belt clip here, and your indicator lights. And yes, 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 like he said, you cannot use the dead cat with this, unfortunately, or fortunately, because I hate these things. These drive me crazy when I see a big honking Rode box with a dead cat. I think it looks ridiculous. I never use these, so that is not an issue for me. So let's talk pros and cons. Now, I really love the way that this is designed. It gives a very nice look, makes it a little bit more professional, and definitely does protect the Rode. You do have a big open spot here. I'm not sure if that's for heat dissipation, but if you do drop it, it will protect your Rode unless you drop it on something that isn't flat. But it does work very, 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 very well. Now, one thing I did notice, and I do want to show you, is that these are made very precisely. And now for someone like me who actually has the thick protective glass shielding, like on a cell phone on the front, I don't know if you could see this on camera, but this is actually cracking, and basically every time I force this in, it cracks and breaks. So if you are going to download the blueprints, make sure that you adjust the math for the little plastic piece that sticks onto the front. That is just something to be aware of, but still very, very, very nice. I would like to see if there ever is a version 2, a couple of things, maybe the front filled in a little bit more, just to avoid the risk of it falling on something this way, which probably not going to happen, but just a sort of an idea. And the other thing to watch out for is on my cap here, I'm going to file out this cap. Again, these are 3D printed, so they're all going to be different. But this, I did notice that when I was pulling this in and out, it was sort of pulling at the plastic a little too much for my liking and starting to scrape it a little bit. And pulling this in and out, in and out, in and out is a little bit hairy for me. That's just personal. So I'll probably take a file and just make the channel a little bit bigger. Also, be careful that you don't just rip it out like this. Take it out properly, grab it from the top and bring it down through the channel. So another thing I'd like to see, if there ever is a version 2 of this, is the way that the road goes into the cage. I did notice that it was starting to actually scratch the side of my cage, and of course it was cracking the glass, as I said before. I would love to see something like this Osmo Action Cam cage, where it would have a back panel that would slide off, you drop the road in, and then it would snap in with a satisfying click, and there you go. It would be nice and safe and sound. It wouldn't scratch up your unit. So that is something, if there ever is a version 2, I would really love to see. Just an easier way to pop it into the cage. So at the end of the day, I think this is very, very, very nifty. It looks very professional. I would have no qualms about giving it to somebody to wear on a professional set, and it does do what it's supposed to do. It does protect the road. So really, really nice. I can't wait to see what else Caleb is going to do with his 3D printer. I think this is a very neat idea. So that's it. Those are my thoughts, but I want to know yours. So leave your questions and comments in the notes below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to mash the bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. And feel free to use the links below, as it helps out the channels. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.